Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Hotdog Hour. I'm sitting behind a desk. What does that mean? Am I better than you? Of course I am. You're at home. You're not wearing pants. Everyone who listens to this show is not allowed to have shoelaces by law. You're sad sacks of filth, slovenly trudging along while I sit at my throne. Or am I here because I'm overcompensating? Is it because I have deep, deep insecurities stemming from childhood? Ignoring them, charging it to the game? Maybe the only time I feel worthy is sitting at this desk. How sad is that? Once a month I feel good. Now, do you feel good? Or maybe it's neither of those, huh? Maybe I'm just an idiot having a ball. The thing is, all of those are correct. See, all of those are correct, okay? Because the truth is, reality is up to you. You decide how you feel and you do what you want. And you can decide why. It's not up to you. It's not up to the person next to you. It's not up to anybody. And that's what I want to explore today. Why do we do what we do? Why do we say what we say? Do we know? I don't know. Let's get started. Good evening.
How you doing?
Very well. How's our little problem?
Let's just say our problem has been solved.
Is that so? And our little friend?
Let's just say our little friend won't be seeing his next birthday.
Are you sure about that?
Of course, boss.
I think there may be some confusion about our friend.
I don't think there's any confusion. Let's just say our friend doesn't have a bright future, huh? And not a very dry one either. Capiche?
Let me put it this way for you. Perhaps there is a misunderstanding. A particular party who may or may not have been involved in an indictment of a potential crime or disagreement may or may not have used the tools that he may or may not have had at his disposal and may or may not have been trained on to potentially maybe make an implication of an action that would be taken on behalf of someone else who may or may not have any idea what's going on. Understood?
I believe you're saying that there may or may not be an individual that could or could not have been indicated in a certain crime in a certain part of the city, which someone who may or may not be standing right next to you took care of in a fashionable yet cleanly, reasonable way. And another party who may have been involved, let's just say that party favor was taken care of at the McDonald's.
Very good. I have no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah, exactly.
No, like, I have no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
No, like, I've never heard of McDonald's.
What do you mean? Are you just trying not to implicate yourself?
Implicate? I don't know what that is either. I've never heard of McDonald's before.
Okay, now you're fucking with me, right?
I don't know what that is, and matter of fact, I don't know who you are, and I don't talk to strangers either, so
What the
maybe you should back off.
We grew up together.
We grew up. Buddy, listen, I don't know who you think I am, okay? I don't even know who I am, so how about you back off?
Don't fuck with me, motherfucker.
Listen, pal, I don't know who you are, I don't know what that device is, but you better step off.
You don't know what this device? It's a weapon. It's not a device. You used one last week.
Look, buddy, I don't know who you are. I don't know who you think I am, but we gotta go our separate ways.
What the hell is going on? Now you can't speak? What the fuck?
I have two very lovely people with me today. Folks, we have two just phenomenal people, just phenoms of the game, okay? Phenoms. You don't understand this. You don't understand what I've done for you. There's a desk here, and there are two people here who are going to blow your socks off. To my right. You ever hear the Lone Ranger? You ever hear the man who wasn't afraid of adventure? A man who bleeds red, white, and blue, who imbues America, okay? Every being of it's America. And he's also a very nice guy. And I'm only saying this because he lives in Texas. He's here from Houston, Jacob Calle.
Hey, how's it going?
How's it going, man?
Thanks for having us.
Of course. Thanks for coming. You're a fucking legend for being here. Next to him, a good friend of mine. This man helped launch this show, okay? He's done a lot in the background. He was on the very first episode, which will never be shown, which is in a vault in a limestone cave. He's my friend and yours. Joey Rinaldi!
Thank you so much. I think I bleed red, white, and blue too, but you didn't mention that.
Well, he's a communist. That's why. Now, listen, guys. Here's what I want to do. First of all, Jacob.
Yeah.
Houston. How are you? How is it down there?
I actually have not been in Houston in quite some time.
Really?
I been in LA for a minute. Mostly like volunteering, assisting with the victims of the fires.
Yeah. How's that going?
Pretty
funny.
So I've been in LA, and then I got back to Houston only to fly to Chicago, pick up a vehicle to a family who needed their car because their the husband broke his ribs, and he needed the car in case of an evacuation. And so I drove the vehicle from Chicago to LA, and then I was there for a minute.
Damn.
And then right when I came back to Houston, I flew out to New York for work.
So now, what? You don't have a place in LA, like a permanent residence, do you?
I do
Where
not.
do you stay
but
when you go there?
Shannon just told me that Sarah's moving out in 2 weeks, and I get my bedroom back.
What? Now, who are any of these people?
It's my best friend, Shannon. We used to work together on a lot of TV shows on True TV.
Yeah. So wait, actually, okay. Before you get into this, now this is a great place to start off. So Jacob has had some really interesting and unique jobs that are pretty cool in entertainment and broadcast.
Oh yeah.
Tell us a little bit about your experience, okay? Because I think, tell us about your experience, because the one thing I'm going to point out when you get to it is very fascinating to me.
You must be talking about the
point of
time
view.
I was holding a Parab satellite at the ESPN football game, right?
Explain.
That big clear disc, just following the.
What was that? ESPN,
plays.
the Ocho? What are you talking about?
Oh yeah, we were on the Ocho too for air guitar.
You air guitared on ESPN, or you were just producing?
I'm the mascot. I'm a air bear for U.S. Air Guitar. Actually, I just retired this past summer on my 14th year.
All right, so listen, we're getting ahead of ourselves.
Wait, but what I love about air guitar being on ESPN is that like America or whoever decides this is like, air guitar is definitely not music, but it is something. And it was like, but could it be a sport? And
it's definitely a sport.
It's definitely a sport, not music
sport,
though.
It's acrobats. It's performance art. A lot of comics, a lot of dancers, or just improv.
Sounds like a lot of people who failed at their first career.
I wouldn't say that because my homie is sponsored by Dr. Pepper. My other friend that was sponsored by Sparks Energy.
And Dr. Pepper is famously not Coke, so I feel like it's
Famously
all connected.
Yeah, but if you're in Texas.
All right, listen, here's what I want to do. To start off, we're talking about reality, okay, and points of view. And I think that what better place to start? I mean, what else is rooted in reality more than reality television? Am I right or am I right? Yes or yes? Thank you. Jacob, you've worked for some shows that we're all going to know, and I want you to explain what you explained to me because I was very disappointed to find out some dirty secrets about ridiculousness.
Well, let's just not just say ridiculousness.
No, it's of course.
It's just reality television.
Explain reality TV because here's the thing about reality TV.
Bang the
there's
desk
a very
harder. I
few-
think it'll get your point across better.
What'd you say?
Bang the desk harder. Your point will get across better.
I think that most people know that reality TV is fake.
Well, so like
Or embellished, right?
Sure, 100.
You have really been on the other side of it, and I want you to explain how things come together and kind of how you even got into it and that idea of what is real and then how does it change by the time you see it edited? You know, I'm curious to hear how you will do something and then you think of it one way and then when it's edited it could be a whole different sketch or something.
Oh, you're talking about America's Got Talent.
Well, all of them.
God
Start with
damn.
ridiculousness.
Okay, well, I'll just start with a lot of those television shows that say, have you got footage? Send it in. I'm the guy who they're like, hey, we have this package of all these tapes that people have sent in. Like, for instance, I use this as an example all the time of like wedding fails.
Right.
We have all these wedding fails that people have sent in of somebody smashing the wedding cake
Right,
on
right.
accident. Can you?
I want to smash the bride.
Hey.
Hey.
Hey, or bridesmaid, or just the flower girl, any girl.
Or you can just get smashed.
Yeah.
But
right. So you'll get authentic footage. People will send you real footage of like this
well,
guy
they
fell
don't
on
send
the
it
cake.
to me. They send
Or
it
to
the production,
to the production team.
and they'll say like, okay, we need to do this like top 5, like in your number 5, in your number 1 spot. Like you hear like on True TV,
Right.
is like, here we have Jacob Calle from Houston, Texas, or from Pearland, Texas, from Alvin, Texas, whatever neighborhood or whatever I'm shooting, so that it's not always like Jacob from Houston, Jacob from Houston, Jacob
Right.
from
Because
Houston.
people go, wait a second.
But yeah, like even whenever I was writing for Country Fried Home Videos, finally they're like, can you like wear a beanie or like wear like a wig?
Can you do something different?
Like change your identity. Like we got to keep
Wow.
it going that like you're just always someone else. And so my job is to like with the top 5 of wedding crash fails is that I will like speak with like a VFW hall or whatnot and just use the corner and just decorate it. Get some chairs, get some tables.
A little set dressing. Okay.
Just yeah. And actually, that's what I kind of do currently. Is that I work in art department for television.
Okay.
And all
I
of it-
worked in the art department for like 2 weeks on an Amy Schumer show, and I got the hell out of there.
Oh, I fucking love it so much.
Well, I'm sure. What's your role?
I'm an art designer.
Art design. See, that's awesome.
I get to build props
I
and
was
things.
I was the scenic
You don't like scenic?
dude. Well,
Measuring.
You like that?
Frames and making sure that the continuity is just on brand.
dude, I was a PA on Real Housewives of like New Jersey, and like the art director for them liked me a lot because I was a go-getter, and she was like, "You're such a go-getter. I'm gonna have you be my scenic at this Amy Schumer show," and I was like, I don't know what scenic means. I'm bad with arts and crafts. I don't know how to measure anything. I tried measuring my dick. I don't know what size it is. I don't know what I'm doing.
Start at the heel.
And literally, as soon as start at the heel, that's the point. as soon as we start, she goes. I only took the job because she kept on saying, "I will mentor you," and she kept raising the price.
liked
She
you.
kept raising the price, and by the time I said yes, I was making like $50 an hour. So I was like, "Yeah, let's
Oh
do
my
it."
God.
And so, anyways, I show up first day. I'm like ready to be mentored. What do I do? She goes, "You're not prepared. You don't know what to do." So she went from like good cop to bad cop on me.
Okay, can you explain
Sorry,
scenic?
but I'll tell you off air later.
So what is that? That's dressing the set, or what
So
is
like
that?
a few weeks ago, I was on set and we were shooting a commercial where one of my duties on set was to, props. I got to make a cum rag, a love sponge, a dirty sock, if you will.
Right. And what was this for? Teen Nick, or what was this?
It's
what
for
channel
a
was this?
commercial, comedy. Just a little spoofy commercial. Yeah, so it's in the bedroom, and you have, like your photos all framed up, but there are at times whenever the camera switches angles, and it just doesn't look good to where the original frame was. So sometimes, just for the sake of continuity, from camera 1 to camera 2, you gotta like move things around.
Right.
You gotta raise the picture frame up, and when it all edited, you won't even you won't notice.
It's very
But
funny
if you were to leave it there, you would notice.
It's very funny the fuckery that people do.
It's movie
like
magic.
I want to get back right. Well, and so that's what I was about to say. We don't realize that movie magic is in reality TV and it's in everything. So I want to go back to ridiculousness. So you would get tapes.
And they would say, make it better.
And they would say, make it better. Because
like-
I remember the one that you showed me of you on the unicycle doing you were on like a unicycle.
Yeah.
So was that a real, or I guess based on a real
that's
tape
actually,
that you got?
that's I like that you mentioned that, because sometimes there's a lot of fuckery in my game. Like, I'm just constantly filming. And on that one I was going to stand up on my bicycle with one foot.
That's what it was.
Yeah,
Okay.
and which I could ride, or at least I used to be able to ride BMX pretty well, like okay, and so I would just like drift, standing up on my bike on one foot, and you're like, okay, that's cool, like
That's
if
a stunt.
that's a
Where can we
stunt.
put that?
Yeah, that's a stunt.
Yeah.
And like right now, that is like for what's that? Jukin Media, which is out in Culver City, like
Based in Israel.
They could distribute that to People Are Awesome. You've heard of that.
I know
online.
people are awesome.
But if I crash, oh well, it's still a win.
Now it
We'll
goes to
just
Fail
put-
Army.
Fail Army. Same
go.
thing. 100 chav, baby.
No, dude, because listen, my parents got a Samsung TV and they fucking love Fail Army. They love Fail Army. So are you telling me?
I am on
Are you
Fail
telling my
Army.
parents that Fail Army is fake? Is it all fake? Is some of it fake?
Oh no, when you fail, you fail.
But like I'm saying, all those videos of people wiping out, are all of them actors or stuntmen, or some of them are real that were sent in?
They're crisis actors.
Crisis actors. They're turning the frogs gay.
Yeah, I would say a majority are real.
Right.
But when sometimes you get to tie a little pretty bow around a
Of course.
package.
And
to
why
be
wouldn't you? And why wouldn't you?
It's like, okay, like, back to the wedding crash. It's like, okay, here, let's get the tuxes on. Let's do a keg stand.
Right.
Oh shit! You fucking like your phone. What was so important that you had to stop holding me to check your phone? Let me go, and now I'm falling over off of the keg stand onto the wedding cake. And of course, whenever things are little stage, you can just go full drama and just
and then
really
upset.
hand
Are
it.
you fucking is the best man? What the fuck?
So the best.
I understand you like staging it yourself, but why did you have to make it so homophobic in that video? I'm just kidding.
Oh,
I love how you were like, I swear to God, it was an
All right, so
accident.
listen. What? So let's backtrack then. How did you
backtracking.
start with stunts? Like, how did you get into stunts? How did you become
Skating.
like a stunt man?
I mean,
Figure skating?
yeah.
Figure skating with that waist.
I mean, like yesterday, last night, I went and visited, was it Brooklyn Banks?
Yes.
Yeah, I went over there. That's like an iconic skate spot.
Yeah.
And,
Did you skate?
Did I used to skate? Yeah.
No, I'm saying, did you skate yesterday?
No.
I have my board. We should have tried to fucking.
No,
too snowy.
that is
Dude,
behind
skating
me.
is like one of those things that like I think is the coolest thing, and I want to be friends with everyone who skates. But I've never been able to use a skateboard, and it's always terrified the fuck out of me.
My friend Eric, he just honestly, he didn't see the significance of Brooklyn Banks. He's like, I don't know, you're gonna go there and you're just gonna be like, it's just a staircase and a rail. I'm like, yeah, that's because you're not a skater. You don't see the magic behind it.
It's like a 10 stair.
When I see it, I am looking at the height of the handrail, how long that handrail is. But not only that, but once I got there and see it in
No
person,
divots in that rail.
it was beautiful. And the steps are actually kind of wide.
Yeah.
So if you do bail, you have some running room. And
Yeah.
rather than
You
small
won't
steps,
just
you're not
fucking
stumbling.
yeah.
Yeah. And then the whole time, like my favorite sound in the world other than music is just the sound of just
A pop.
just the pop and the
pop
grind.
shove.
Yeah, I just love metal grinding on.
So what happened? So did you just fall a lot and you said, I don't give a fuck about this?
Dude,
This
I
doesn't
have
bother
a
me?"
high threshold for pain.
You do. Remember, what did you staple? Didn't you staple yourself or something?
Dude, I've stapled gun, like industrial staple gun. Like I shut my mouth.
Was
with
this for ridiculousness or for pleasure?
Definitely
No,
for pleasure.
this was for Pornhub.
Yeah. This was for I did that at Fun Fest, which is a festival in Austin, Texas, and my group was called Punk Rock Circus. It was myself along with some other folks.
Comedy
and,
festival? Or
comedy music.
comedy music.
Yeah.
Comedy Music Idiot
Skating.
Festival.
Yeah, and like
CKY Festival.
yeah, it was rad with the Lizard Man, the
Of course.
gentleman.
Oh, the Lizard Man, of
Yeah,
course.
the gentleman.
Of course. The
tattooed
gentleman
all in
who's
green.
a gecko.
Oh, I've seen that. Oh, you're talking about, I love the gecko guy. That's my boy from Philly. You know what
Yeah.
I'm talking about?
No.
Oh, Advice Gecko? He's crazy.
No, I don't know what that is.
I'll show you him later.
But I put a scorpion in my mouth, got a staple gun, shut my mouth shut, and then with what air that I could breathe through, I got like bubbles and just like blue bubbles, and I was trying to see how many bubbles I could do under a minute with a scorpion in my mouth. I think
Aren't scorpions huge? Oh, you got a little one.
it's about 7 inches.
And it's not.
You
It
curl
wasn't
it.
a poisonous one.
Yeah, they can
So like,
eject.
is your like goal like growing up? Were you like I want to be on Jackass? Like, is that?
Yeah,
like,
yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. Like,
Like,
how
is
did
that,
you
like, who
like
you
get
are?
into this?
Like, what are
explain.
you?
What
I'm a
are you?
stunt
I
man.
feel like
He's Jacob
Andy
Calle.
Richter on drugs right now. That's what I feel like.
What'd you say?
I feel like Andy Richter on drugs right now.
What are you? Lights dim.
Yeah. No, dude, because when Jacob and I, so let me give some backstory. We met in what, 2023?
Yeah.
Yeah, 2023 in Houston at the Riot Comedy Festival. Shout out Riot.
That's when I met you too at the Ithaca Festival.
You met me at the Ithaca
Yeah,
Festival.
2023. You were just making
Which
buddies
was
left and
before
right.
that, I think.
I know.
That's-
Couldn't get him off me.
I know.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Come on now.
He had a hotel, and I was like, I'm driving back there. He goes, I'll cancel the hotel. I'll get in the car with you. It was crazy.
We
It
actually
was.
hung out, and we hung out literally every day after that.
Yeah, dude,
Like,
we
he's a
were
good
mob.
dude.
It was fun as fuck. Houston was, dude. I love Houston.
Oh shoot, we
I've
met
been there
right
twice.
in front of the gal's house that I went on a couple dates with, and realized, oh, I need to get the fuck out of here.
What, she tried milking you?
No,
Houston ladies are crazy.
I'm not gonna get into it, but I just remember it happened in front of a gal's house that I.
I want to know what a girl is into that is too much for you. 'Cause
Yeah,
they're like,
what?
Yeah, I got scorpions in my mouth. I got firecrackers in my asshole. But then she wanted commitment, and I got out of there.
No, she was just a kind of an oddball.
You dating an oddball? I could never believe.
Not
So
in
listen-
that, I'm very meticulous.
So what do you what do you think is like the craziest stunt you've ever done?
Oh, geez, the craziest stunt that I've ever done. I get asked this a lot, and
Or one of them? It doesn't have to be.
could I just tell you my
Just
favorite?
yes.
This is,
Tell us
like,
your favorites.
I would say like, also it's pretty fucking wild. I was I had Friday night. Steve-O had Saturday night, which was like ended up being like I think Halloween night, and so on Saturday night, his big performance, and someone is yelling, "What the hell, Jacob? Like what the?" I'm
Where
like,
is this at?
This is in Austin.
Okay.
A lot of my stunt shows
Debauchery
were
is in Austin,
in
yeah.
Austin. And
It's a weird place.
it was weird for me because I was like 24 years old, and like here, like my hero Steve-O is just killing it on stage, and people are yelling my name, and it was really embarrassing.
Why were they yelling his? Why were they yelling your name?
No, I don't know. I'm from Texas. I have a
I
following.
can't come until I yell his name. So
Yeah,
that's
Thank
just,
you.
So,
That makes sense.
so maybe
Yeah,
that's why. I don't know.
And so they're like, I think someone wanted me to get up there with Steve-O and do a duo.
Oh, okay.
And
Was he
then-
doing stand up? He was
doing
stand up.
no, it was
doing
back
stunts.
in stunts. And he goes, I'm gonna do some. He goes, I'm gonna get really high backstage. Jacob's gonna do some stunts, and whenever he's done, I'm gonna get back on stage, and I'm gonna catch my head on fire. That's what he said.
Wonderful.
Yeah. And so I get on stage and he hands me the mic and I was like, what the fuck? I don't have any props.
Yeah, what am I
You
supposed
know,
to do?
like, I'm fucking Carrot Top. I need some props.
Yeah.
And so I look over and there's Mary Carey and Hannah Harper, two porn stars. The one that
I've never heard of them.
and their bodyguard hands me a shoebox and he goes, "Go get him, Jacob." I was like, "What the fuck is in this shoebox?" And I open it up. It was that fucking scorpion. That scorpion. I was like, "Oh shit! Well, I don't have a staple gun, so I'm not gonna do that. I need this to be like." I need
What
this
are you
to
about
be
to do?
fucking memorable. I had no idea. I had no idea what I was gonna do with the scorpion. But there's like 2,000 people.
Are they chanting?
They're just like happy.
They're just like, ah!
They're just like happy that I'm there. And I get the scorpion and I'm just like looking around. I was like, I'm still like improvising.
Right.
And I'm just like, hey, if I get stung by this scorpion, who's gonna help me suck out the poison? And this fucking guy comes up on stage and I was like, yeah, sure, whatever, you.
Right,
I'm
you.
like- and I'm like, and I already had the idea. I'm like, maybe I could put this in my butt cheek, and then like in between my cheeks, and like, what if I were to do that and be like, got stung by a scorpion, gotta suck my butt cheeks.
Right, that's kind
That would be.
That was funny. A little humor, yeah.
That's funny.
That's
Funny!
It's pretty good.
Folks, that's funny. Folks, that's comedy. Okay?
So then I look over to my left, and there's this chick who's just wearing a thong. She's just like topless, just naked, just
As chicks do.
yeah. And I was like, holy shit! And everybody's like, her, get her. And I was like, I'm sorry, dude. Crowd spoken, like
Yeah, you
And I'm
have
just like,
to.
I'm
That's
like,
the law.
I'm like,
Comedy law.
yeah. And I was like, you know what? I'll put the scorpion. I'll put the scorpion in my butt cheeks. Like, she could kiss kiss my butt cheek and give like a little hickey or whatever, you know. Just I thought that would have been like, okay, I'm done,
Right.
and that would have got some laughs. But then I do it as I go. You can help me suck out the poison? She's like, I can suck. But she didn't just kiss my butt cheek as I.
So hold on. So you a scorpion stung your butt.
Yeah.
You just let it sting your butt?
Oh no, I was holding it I was clasping it with my butt cheeks, and
And it just panicked and stung you?
yeah.
Did it hurt?
I can't. I mean, it's a scorpion. But
Okay.
I can't believe you have multiple scorpion stories.
Yeah, dude.
Like, this is insane.
All right,
You
so
are
it
the
bites your
scorpion
butt.
King.
and then the
Hold on, wait. How was it nestled in the cheek?
I don't clasp my cheeks.
You just clasped it,
Yeah,
firmly
not-
grasped
I-
You need
it.
a, you need
well, I
a
don't wanna
wide
kill it. I don't
butthole
wanna
to
kill
even
it.
get it in there in the first place.
grasp it.
How wide is your butthole to even get it there in the first place?
No,
mean,
it's not
I mean, the
butthole. It's
scorp-
butt cheek.
It's the scorpion
cheeks.
didn't disappear. Like,
Oh,
look,
okay. I want that
He's
scorpion
just
to
kidding.
disappear.
No. Think of it as like the scorpion is in like a very comfy couch.
like a hot dog.
Yeah,
it was a
Okay,
hot dog. And
okay.
and I was the
Okay,
hot
I'm
dog.
seeing it.
Yeah,
I'm
you
getting,
can still see
I'm
the
getting
hot
a wreck
dog.
thinking
Okay,
about it. I
so
see
so
it.
the scorpion is being coddled and
It was
cradled
being
in your
coddled,
cheek.
yes. And then once I released the scorpion, I grabbed the mic and I was like, "Suck at the poison, suck at the poison." And she like didn't just go for my cheek as I like you would think that she'd be like in on the joke, like, okay.
And she'd like kiss your cheek and go, ha, ha, ha.
Bro, dude, she was in my butthole. No! She was in my butthole, and all I could think of while I was holding that mic is looking at 2,000 people and hoping none of them are my mom. And I was like, oh, geez. And talking about like
He's a whiz, man.
making,
wait a minute.
talking about like making Steve-O work harder at like I wasn't like supposed to even be on that stage. Now, like, honestly, everything that he has done that night, like this just
Is dwarfed in comparison.
oh, it was fuck. The crowd was
We saw a
like,
scorpion sting a man's butt, and then a topless stripper ate a man's butt on stage in front of
yeah,
2,000
sucking
people.
out the poison. It was fucking wild. And I
You're
was like,
talking like
This is my whole search history
What are
right
we?
here.
Are we talking like what? Like a prostate exam? Like she was in there?
I felt tongue.
Yeah,
and I was like, girl,
so were you
you're
just
doing
you were
it
just
wrong.
naked?
She was.
Were you or you just had the back out?
Yeah, I had the back.
Okay.
Yeah.
This guy,
So no dick out.
all of his pants have a butt flap. You know this guy.
Come on.
Yeah.
Wait, so
It
so
was-
what
it
What
was
year
a-
was this?
did you marry this
2006.
woman? What did you
It was embarrassing. I was like, this is not how it. Like, you went too far. Like, you know, you can like, I don't know. It was just like any other dude's dream, but I was so embarrassed.
So what happened? Did you talk to her? Did she just disappear into the
She
crowd?
disappeared. Yeah, she disappeared. I think her name
Was
was
it real?
Gwendolyn
Did it
because I
happen?
think I
Do you think
remember saying, "Hi, Gwendolyn." Like.
Okay, I have a question for you. Do you think that this even was real? Do you think she was real?
Yeah, like you
Are
did
you
have
going to say
point-
someone to Gwendolyn? I'm like, Gwendolyn hasn't lived here for 25 years.
I actually have it on footage.
But if you
No,
think
you
about it,
don't.
your
Yeah, I-
asshole is right near your bloodstream, so the venom could probably really fuck up your like whole like brain.
Oh, geez. So, like, I was at corned beef the other day with Dan Licata.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he just did his final show
Nice.
the other day. He's
Good. I hope he's done forever now.
yeah, piece of shit.
That asshole.
And he had a great bit on bum fights, talking about if it were shot today in a woke culture, it'd be called unhoused altercations. I was like, God, that's
Unhoused
so good.
altercations.
But I had to tell later on. I was like, I'm in bum fights.
You are?
I am in bum fights. And he
You're
goes,
in bum fights,
yeah.
bro?
And he goes, wait, were you the dude with the scorpion in your ass? And I was like, yeah. So I've done it 3 times.
Explain this. Can I find this right now? If I look this
you
up?
could try to Google it.
No, I think his
fights?
mom has like made sure the internet took it off.
Yeah, I was actually part of this performance art group in Houston, and one day she goes, Jacob Paul, we need to talk. She's like,
Oh, no.
what is this that you're jerking off and masturbating in front of people? And I was like, what are you talking about?
It was
And
consensual.
she sent me the news article, and a woman decided part of her performance art was to masturbate in front of the audience. And I was like, no, Mom, that was her. And I was like, I didn't do that. And then she's like, why are you hanging out with people like this? And I was like, I was on my way to in college to do something like to become a zoologist and study animals.
Oh,
And I
no.
was like working at the zoo, and I was like, you're right, Mom. I can't be hanging out with these people. I was like, so I changed my name. I had a stage. No, I just completely, I had to tell my friend. I was like, hey, I gotta peace out.
All right, so listen, there's one more question I
obsessed with
have
this.
for you
Yeah.
about scorpions that
Oh,
I
sure.
think will be a nice transition. America's Got Talent.
Yeah. Oh, actually,
Explain America's Got Talent. So Jacob
So-
is on America's Got Talent.
So I guess like
He's got talent, America.
no, I got no
Talent
talent.
is making me very uncomfortable.
Um,
That's his talent.
Whenever you had me come up here to do a chat, I had no idea that it was going to be about scorpions and my butthole.
Me
on
neither. That's the beauty of this show.
Yeah.
See, here's the thing, guys. The point that I'm trying to make here is that Jacob is the reality bender, okay? He goes on these shows that are reality TV shows, and he decides what the reality is, okay?
That is true.
That's what I'm trying to
That is
say
true.
here. So what?
Sounds
tell
like
us
my
about,
ex-girlfriend.
Yeah,
Every
well,
conversation
sounds
and
like-
fight we've ever had.
It sounds like everyone's ex-girlfriend. Now tell me about
Okay,
America's
this
Got
actually,
Talent.
This is a great transition and ending to the scorpion chat.
Yes, this is
so-
where we wrap up Scorpion.
So
talk.
obviously, like I've been talking about scorpions. It is there on the internet if you carefully Google
Is PETA
it.
mad at you?
Yeah, what does
I've
PETA
never
think?
had PETA.
Or does
talk-
PETA not give a
Should we
fuck
write
about
PETA?
scorpions?
Can we write PETA a letter?
No, I fucking can't stand PETA because they got me fired at the Houston Zoo because they.
So they are mad at you.
They were out, yeah, they were out there protesting against the elephant that just recently passed away. Mac passed away through the herpes virus. It's a virus that happens in the wild and in captivity, and that
And
was
with my ex-girlfriend.
And everyone's
we just
ex-girlfriend.
discovered this virus in 2005 or 1995. I can't recall, but it's still a fairly new thing that we're learning and defining a vaccine for. And yeah, I was walking to work, and PETA came in and had me all poster boarded, and just like.
Can you explain your zoology background? Well, actually, here, tell me about America's Got Talent, and then we can transition into
Wait,
zoology.
I got one comment, then I want to hear this whole story. Does PETA realize there's nothing they can do to you that a scorpion already has done to you? Like, what's their like plan of attack? We gotta stop this guy, and like they have proof. They can't. Like you can't be stopped.
It can't be stopped. What can I say?
Yeah, no, but I the Houston Zoos, they saw me out there with the protest, and they're like, "You were out there protesting." I was like, "No, I got bombarded by their fucking pickets," and they're like, "Well, that's not what someone told us." I'm like, "Well, who's this person?" So we could like flesh this like conversation out because that's inaccurate. And they said, "You gotta go." I got fired immediately, and I was just like crying. I'm like, please, the miscommunication here is unreal.
Yeah.
I got mobbed by fucking PETA, and ever since then, I've just been anti-PETA.
And honestly, dude, is anyone...
You can do animal welfare the right way.
That's what I was about to
PETA,
say.
No.
All
fuck
of
them.
PETA's... And here's the thing, dude. I do a lot of freelance work, and I have a day job in the news and in publicity. So my bread and butter is messaging, and I am very keen to any type of advertisement or earned or sponsored media. And when I see things that
love
are really...
Breitbart.
When I see... What'd you say?
You love Breitbart.
I do. I love Breitbart. That's the truth. Matt Walsh, you're the truth. Like, when I see stuff that's really charged or really... Which, by the way, is quickly everything in this fucking country is becoming, like, political or you know, there's no really nuance anymore. All these, like, all messaging and stuff from PETA is, like, so aggressive, and some of it's just, like, wrong. Or like they'll just straight up like make up stats. Like I've seen things, they'll be like, did you know that like 80% of cows, and it's like not right. And I'm just like, what? Like, we're at the point now where I feel like back in the day, you know, you couldn't just like say something if it was false, if it was an advertisement, or if it was something that was like important.
I think the problem you have is bigger than PETA. Like that's just America and
Yeah.
the news. Not like this is
No. Well, I know that's what I'm saying.
Like,
But
this
I'm
is
using
so much-
PETA.
Okay.
But I'm saying we're talking about PETA right now because that's what's happening. But I'm saying like
You sound like a Boston person. PETA.
PETA.
You
PETA.
You sound
I'm
like Lois Griffin.
PETA. What like, do you think that they're even on the side of animals, or do you think that they just like want to
It's
win?
money. It's
That's what I'm
money.
saying. I think they just want to
Donate
win.
money.
Hey,
Donate
PETA,
money.
PETA, I'm on to you, PETA. Okay, I
What's
know
their
that you
net
don't
worth
care.
right now?
Let's
What
look
is
up
it?
their
How
net
much
worth
does
right
Ingrid
fucking now.
have? I think that's the CEO.
Let's look it up. The PETA CEO, Ingrid Newkirk.
Yeah.
What an idiot.
Ingrid is a
Look
guy.
at this.
Yeah.
Dumb
How much
idiot.
money does she not need?
President of the People for the Ethical Treatment of Animals. Ingrid Elizabeth Newkirk is a British-American animal activist, author, and president of the world's largest animal
What is she,
organization.
a colonist? British American?
Yeah,
What
the
is she, a
fuck?
red
Fucking
coat?
colonizer.
You didn't just
Did she come from the Mayflower?
net worth?
I'm gonna say net worth.
I didn't realize you still can be a British American. Sorry, that's the dumbest thing I've ever said. I'm sorry. I'm being retarded. You guys are good people.
Wow.
What?
She's actually about it. Well, wait, hold
She's
on.
hot?
Oh no, hold on.
She hot?
No, she does. No. She does. She does what like
Just give us a goddamn number.
her net worth is $500,000, but her salary is $37,000 a year.
And what is PETA's net
So how the
worth?
fuck does that happen?
That's still
Ingrid?
a lot.
37,000 is.
No, I'm saying she does what the fucking what the senators do when they make like $100,000 a year, but then their net worth's like $5 million, and you're like, how? Like,
I don't know. Because I bet she does a lot of public speaking.
yeah, of
Yeah.
course, dude. They all do public speak. They all go to colleges and they go like fucking talk bullshit on. Hey, Ingrid, I'm on to you, Ingrid. Okay.
All right, so Americans Got Talent. Now I'm curious. What the
Yeah.
fuck happened on Americans Got Talent? Did fuck Howie Mandel or what? Did he
Oh,
come
yeah,
in
we
your
have to wrap
asshole?
up the scorpions.
Okay, so like I was they've seen the scorpion bit, and so they're like, hey, we need you to do this, and they're like, we want you to be on the San Antonio one. I have zero interest in being on America's Got Talent. Like, in fact, I hate reality competition shows.
I know plenty of people have been on it that they say it's goofy.
It's everybody
Stupid,
who's
yeah.
come to me about asking like advice about going on to AGT, and I'll say don't do it. It's not worth it. They will change the rules as they go along, and then they do the show, and they'll go, "You're right. That was a bad experience.
Yeah.
It's not even fun." So I try to fly from Houston. Oh, they wanted me to do San Antonio, and I'm like, I'm not going to San Antonio.
Right.
And I was like, here are my dates. Purposely looking at the date that showed L.A., and they're like, well, that's L.A. I'm like, sorry, work. That's the only. So I got to go. They flew me out to L.A. for a week. And they like gave me a hotel for 4 nights, which I never even used. I just, I already got a place out there.
Yeah.
I just ditched it. Sheraton.
Sheridan. Fuck you, PETA.
Yeah, and so I tried to fly with the Scorpion. Couldn't take it on the plane.
You have your own Scorpion?
So
Well,
would you just have it in your pocket, or would
No,
you?
I had it in a container.
You can't fly with it.
I guess not. I had no idea, but
Would they make you throw it out?
Drinks, food,
I
Scorpion, throw it out.
TSA took care of it, which I'm pretty sure they probably incinerated it, and like I was already having like a bad experience already, just because I knew that Scorpion they probably killed it.
Yeah.
I mean, not probably, they did.
I mean, what are they gonna do?
I mean,
yeah, exactly.
I mean, if I was the Scorpion, if I had to choose your asshole or death, I'd take death every time.
Look it up. Are you sure? That's a nice sweater.
I wasn't gonna put it in my butt. This is AGT. And
So what they have you do at
Just a
AGT? What did you do?
so I get to
You did magic,
Scorpion without I get to LA without a Scorpion, and now they're like, you got to find a Scorpion.
Right.
And I was like, all right. So I had a friend who loaned me a Scorpion from I think the Science Museum. So
He loaned it to you?
I think I loaned it, and then so it was on loan, and so
Covered by Chase Manhattan.
yeah, and so they wanted me to put the Scorpion on my mouth and blow bubbles, and by the time I'm like, hey, I don't have a Scorpion. What if I just do magic? Can I just actually do magic?
magic.
Like, I'm a magician.
I
Just
love magic.
Let me do magic.
I like that we're like 45 minutes into this conversation. I've learned so much about you, and now you're revealing that you also do magic.
Bro, I'm telling you, he's the coolest guy ever.
And I was like, I just want to do magic. And I was like, let me swallow the string, and then I will like push the thread down, and I'll lift up my shirt, and I'll pull the string out of my stomach, and then I will blow up a 5-foot long balloon, like an animal balloon, and I will swallow it. That will be my bit. Just let me do that over Andrew WK. And they're like, well, can't use Andrew WK because of rights. And I'm like, I will make this happen. Like, please, I will connect you with Island Def Jam. Like, I will get this. Like, it's got to be Andrew WK or nothing.
Who is
And
that?
Andrew WK is like the king of partying. He's like, it's time to party. But,
Hell yeah. Sounds like a good
he's
guy.
great. He's a wonderful human being. And so they didn't want to do that. And now I'm just like, you know what? Fuck this.
Why can't AGTV just get you a Scorpion? Like, they have so much money.
I got the Scorpion, but they're like, and
They
they're
did
like,
get you a Scorpion.
they're like, look, you're gonna do the Scorpion whether you like it or no. They didn't say that. They said you're gonna do the Scorpion. He goes, I've been working in showbiz for this many years. Like, I know what people want.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, but like, I just want to do my magic. Like, if this is a talent show, let me like have a shot.
hell, yeah.
Yeah, and then they're like, fine, just do whatever you want. Don't act like I've never worked here before. And I'm just like, that motherfucker. That, I think his name was Kevin or something. And he was like my producer, like for that segment. And that's whenever I'm like, oh, fuck you guys. Like, I know that I'm a heel on this because
You're the heel.
every time that on the commercial break they go up next, and they'll show like a clip of me and
Jerking off in front of your mom.
that will be like, and you'll think it'll be in the next segment, and they're like, nope, up next, and then they had me go on last
That's
just so
such
people
a-
could
yeah.
watch it. Yeah, I was a clown. I was a heel. And so I did the Scorpion bit, and it was funny because everybody gave me an X besides Heidi, and
X is bad or X is good?
X's are bad.
Okay.
Yeah, just like where we met.
So you did the stunt they begged you to do just to deny you.
Just to deny me. Yeah, I knew that I was gonna lose.
So Heidi Klum liked you?
Heidi, everybody was like mean to me. Mel, the Scary Spice, she's like,
Mel
I
B?
don't. She's like, I don't know. I didn't think it was funny. It was gross. I didn't like it.
Was
And
this pre Howie Mandel?
Howie Mandel was probably on
Howie
it.
was there. Howie
And
was
he
there.
said he gave you an X?
Howie, I was very shocked with that.
He is so full of shit. Howie Mandel is so full
I was
of shit.
very disappointed with Howie on that, and I was very disappointed with Howard Stern because he goes, I don't know, it sounds boring. I'm like, what are you talking about? Didn't you have like a character called Ass Man?
Wait, Howard Stern back in the 90s would beg to have you on
Shock.
his show to
Yeah,
do this.
you got
You literally, bro. You and
You
Beetlejuice would have done that.
exploited
Beetlejuice would have
Beetlejuice.
eaten your fucking butthole on
Yeah.
fucking Howard Stern.
What is happening
Yeah,
to America?
so-
This is the problem with America.
And so
That America
whenever-
Got Talent doesn't like the scorpion shit.
So whenever they're like, I don't even know if you got bit, which my fucking, I'll get to that in a second, because that scorpion got me
It bit
so bad. It stung me so bad.
Get the fuck
I
out.
couldn't even walk. And I'll get to that. And I, so
What
whenever
the fuck?
Heidi Klum was like, did you even get stung? And I pointed with my middle finger. I was like, yeah, right here. So if you Google or if you YouTube it and you put pause, you could see where I'm just like, bam, like, and it was just basically my secret. Fuck you guys. Yeah, and that's whenever I got sponsored by Macbeth, and they. So I'm like,
What's
I'm,
Macbeth?
that T-shirt I'm wearing. It's
He
a
loves
shoe line.
filming stunts while wearing Macbeth footwear.
Yeah, Macbeth footwear, and they're like, got to change that logo. I'm like, this is my only shirt.
Oh my
I'm like,
God.
you're like, if
Oh,
you're,
so is that why it's taped over the
yeah.
the
you-
text?
But if you go in comments, people are like, dude, that dude's wearing a Macbeth shirt.
Dude, the dude's wearing a Macbeth
I was
shirt.
like, yeah.
Wait, okay, so explain what happened. It bit you.
Yeah, so it just kept just. I have never been stung so many times, and at the moment, I was just like, all right, whatever. You know, it's just like, imagine if I got stung like 7 times, that would have been like 70 bumblebees.
Fuck.
7 bumblebees, and eventually my face just swelled up.
What
And-
does a
So what do you
scorpion
do?
I
like?
couldn't
What
even-
does scorpion poison do? How does your
Venom?
body
It's like a
react
bee.
to it?
It's
It's
like
like
a-
a bee. Okay.
Yeah, or like a lot of ants. But yeah, I couldn't walk.
Does it like paralyze you, or
It-
just are you like so out of like
Paralysis.
energy? Like
no, it's like paralysis.
So
Your
how do you
muscles-
get better? What happened? They had a
Wait.
medic on staff?
have to
there was a
wait?
medic on staff, and he didn't take it seriously.
What?
And 'cause my face was swelling, and then I like whenever he took it not seriously, that's whenever I was like, you guys are fucking jokes.
right.
And that's whenever I left, like holding onto fucking walls. I was like, holy shit, like I can't walk.
What the
And
fuck?
I tried, and I didn't want. I was kind of like already like embarrassed of the whole experience. I didn't want them to like see that I couldn't walk.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh Jesus. So like I pedaled my way outside of the Pantages Theater, and I walked behind. My friend picked me up, and he didn't realize that I couldn't walk because I was already there by the time I was there. Anyways, I got there. He picked me up, and then we got to his house, and that's whenever we got into his driveway, and he saw that I was like freaking wobbly, like the drunken master.
She didn't take you to the hospital?
No, it was like anaphylactic shock. All I needed to do is just rest it out.
Oh, okay.
Like I could breathe, I was fine, but I just needed rest. And yeah, to answer your question, I don't remember. I slept for 2 days.
Fuck.
Yeah, I slept for 2 days, and I think actually the next day I did climb up on top of the Hollywood O, the second O.
Who are you?
I did do that, and I filmed it, but then I ended up deleting the footage because it was like incriminating
Yeah.
evidence.
Can you not climb the Hollywood sign?
No, you
Is
got
that
a
a stupid
citation. Dude,
question?
helicopters were everywhere right after I did that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know if there
Who
was
cares
helicopters.
about the Hollywood sign so much that you have helicopters ready to go?
What are you
Well, I
hiding?
don't know if they
What
were for me,
losers.
but I just wanted to climb the O, and my face was still like puffy and shit, but that's whenever I got a text message from my buddy, and I'm driving his car, and I look at my phone, and it said, "Ha, you have no talent." And I was like,
Oh
yes,
shit!
gotta love
Ain't
a good
that
best
great,
friend.
man?
Yeah.
Listen,
Well,
and
if you
that's
were-
why it's important, dude. This fucking being a comic or doing any kind of entertainment, you really are a crazy person. You really have to live in your own fucking world and your own point of view and your own reality. Because if you live in reality and also try to do something like creative.
Yeah.
You will like have a breakdown because you're gonna be like, what am I fucking doing? And like,
I mean, like,
why am I doing it? Like, you know what I mean? Like, did you ever have a moment when there was like a scorpion or like a woman in your butthole just like, what am I doing?
What am I doing here? It was that moment. Yeah. Whenever I looked at the 2,000 people, I'm like, wow, 2,000 of you should not be here. Even you, Scorpion. Like,
Even you, Scorpion.
like-
Dude,
But dude, isn't it funny?
when I
Like,
had that realization? I fucking had that same realization about like everything's fake when I was pitching a pilot around. I was pitching this pilot around for like a year and a half, and me and my writing partner, we finally are like in a room with like Peacock people, and this one NBC producer's like really into it, and he's like, "I really think I can help you guys out." And he goes cold for a week, and then he gets back to us and goes, I talked to some of my friends, you know, in business, and you know who thinks is really interesting? Jerry Springer. And we're like, how is Jerry Springer gonna help anyone? You know what I mean? And he was like, he thinks you guys should go on his show and pretend that you guys are fighting over like who wrote the script, and this
That's
will.
funny.
And once we go on TV, so many producers will want that.
They'll just fucking need
so
you in their
so we
life.
so we were like, okay, we'll do this. So we made it this whole thing, like you said, it's all fake. Because me and my writing partner, I just featured for him in fucking Canada. I'm not like I'm his opener. You know what I mean? I'm not. We have
Yeah.
no.
we gotta
beef.
talk about our little
Yeah, so-
endeavor too.
Yeah. So anyway, so we fucking go on Judge Jerry Springer because he was a judge before he died.
Yeah.
We go on Judge Jerry Springer. We do this whole thing. We goes, he's plagiarizing. He stole money, and we fight on Jerry Springer. Basically, it's all fake. And then after we contact the producer who cooked this whole thing up, be like, so like now that like we made some buzz about it,
Big time.
does anyone like what's the people you connection thing about the pilot? And he goes, they think you guys are kind of a joke for going on Jerry Springer. It's like you set this up. You
exploitation at
Bro,
its
but
finest.
that is literally, God, you need to understand that they're living in their own fucking Can I tell you something?
So
the
reality-
only people who are fucking crazier than me, the only people that are crazier than us,
the puppet master.
listen, yes, I was gonna say, okay. The only thing crazier than trying to be talent is trying to be a businessman in an industry like entertainment. Like what
Who
kind
can
of
I
fucking
exploit?
idiot are you? No, but I'm saying like it's crazy enough to be like, no, I want to be a comedian, but it's like whatever. Like it not that it makes sense, but you're like, yes, people have dreams like that, and like I want to be an actor, I want to be this, but it's like, who fucking looks at this industry and then goes like, I want to get on the business end of it. Like,
I mean,
like,
look at like bump fights. Like the guy, I think the producer, co-founder, his name is Danny Tanner, and Danny like
what is there a bump fights office in
he's
Los
just, like,
Angeles? Like, is
in
there a
San Diego? I think it's in.
No,
San
there's
Diego.
not.
I mean, this is a long time ago, but yeah, it's just like he chose to exploit homeless people, hobos, and it's just like
Bums.
that was his
Yeah.
entertainment. It's like those were his comedians.
And he just got rich.
He just got rich.
They sold him for $22 each,
he
and you
Jerry
could buy him.
Springered him.
He Jerry Springer him. But you know what I mean? I always think about that because I'm always like, sometimes I feel, not sometimes, every day I wake up, anytime I'm on a train and I'm going to like a club, I'm like, I'll just like look out the window and be like, I'm a fucking retard. Like, what am I doing, dude? I think I can be a comedian. And then I get there and I run into a club owner and it's someone who's like, hey, what's up? I own this place. And I'm like, what is wrong with you? like you're mortgaging your success on us, on people like me. You're relying on someone like me. It's like,
You think I got friends that can afford 2 drinks?
that's what I'm saying. It's like it's crazy enough to try to be a talent and to think that you have the talent and and you have the nerve to get up somewhere and think that what you have to say is important. But then to take it one step further and
gotta
to be like, I'm gonna make sense of this. I'm gonna balance the books with this. I mean, are you insane?
I don't think I've ever thought anything I had to say was
Do you know
important.
what I mean? Like,
That's where you lost me.
what'd you say?
You lost me when you said important. Nothing I've ever said. You guys have heard me ramble. I don't think. I just think I'm
No,
silly.
I don't think it's important, but I'm saying anybody who gets on stage, no matter how, because we're all comics, so like, you don't give a fuck, or like we're all aloof. But we all care a
I give
lot.
so many
It's okay,
fucks.
we care a lot.
No
okay?
one gives more fucks
I've
than
like
me.
literally ruined weekends with my girlfriend because you know a comedy club owner who is thrice divorced didn't like my set. I mean that's where we're at. I mean it's like
Yeah, I had this whole romantic weekend plan with my girlfriend last weekend. But that Wednesday, I last minute got asked to feature for somebody. So I was like, cancel the weekend.
canceled.
Yeah, I canceled. I don't know.
Yeah, no, you have to. I respect it.
It's funny, like even like on my end, you know, like I don't do stand up comedy, but I am a comedian. I do
Yes.
get on stage, and I am on.
You're a different type of
It's
comedian.
a different type. And
Well, no, you're a comedian.
You don't do
not
stand-up
a
at
comic.
all?
That's the
100.
Oh, you don't do stand up at all?
I used to.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and I just didn't like it. I got better mileage just performing stunts and magic and weirdo things.
Well, you're a comedian, dude. Your whole ethos is a comedian
Yeah, yeah.
itself.
But it's just
You're
like,
a weirdo, and I
but, like-
mean that as a compliment.
But even like
that's
in
why I love you.
Houston, like whenever I'm talking to people, and I hate it's kind of like in LA. It's like, what do you do? You know, they want to know what you do.
Right.
In
Yeah.
LA, in Houston, it's like, you stand up. It's like, what does it fucking matter? I'm like, no, they're like, I don't ever see you do stand up. How are you a comedian?
Yeah.
And then once I explain, and it's like now in Houston, there are these belts. Like, what belt are you?
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. And
Wait, since when?
I'm like, I'm black belt, motherfucker.
Uh,
It's just I just
I'm
don't.
the belt that you have to like add an extra hole in your belt, so when you strangle yourself,
I'm the belt you
I got
jerk
a
off
thick
with.
neck, dude. Yeah. I always have this conversation with people, like the difference between a comedian and a comic, which is like a comic is a person who's on stage who's doing stand-up comedy, but comedian, you could be an actor.
You can be anything.
I mean, there's
and that's
so
why
many
I like
different.
improv so much.
Right.
That's my world. Like I'm a.
So when
hu-
you met at the, I'm sorry to cut you up, but
Go.
when you guys met at the comedy festival, what was your role at the comedy festival?
set designing,
Set designing.
I built the stage design.
He built a really fucking cool, and I'm gonna post it. I'm gonna put it in this fucking clip. But
Thank you.
He built this giant. We did a
Do you-
show
do you film- oh, sorry.
in a giant tent. How many seats was it?
How many people were not in
how
those
many
seats?
seats were
Oh
it?
no, that sucks.
No. Well, no. Listen,
He
there
built
were
the
a ton of shows-
Coliseum for the wrong people.
Basically, no. Here's the problem, dude. I love
can
him.
you
I
lie
love him. But who does a comedy show during the day? Stop. We had a comedy show, and it was at like 2:00 was my set. Remember that?
Yeah.
It was at 2. I literally was like, I remember we got the thing, and we're looking at it, and it says 2:00, and I was like, 2 in the morning. And they were like, and I was like, are people gonna still be out? Like, I'm down, but like, are
Sure.
people gonna be out still? And they were like, no, it's 2 in the afternoon. And I was like,
All right,
What?
I gotta open up to you guys right now. I am what you call a non-famous comedian. I am what you call somebody who tries his best to make money off comedy without being a draw. So I find I get ways to make money in comedy in the most weirdest ways possible, and I actually do some 2 p.m.
I don't
comedy
know.
shows.
I'm
No,
shoving
listen, bro.
scorpions on my ass. I don't know what you're doing.
bro, I do matinee shows all the time.
You're doing better. Scorpion is but I'm gonna tell you something. This is crazy.
Yeah, because at least you're doing a stunt. That's really no respect.
Are you ready? Are you ready? I do 2 things that are more profitable than any late night comedy show that I've ever hosted or whatever. There's a lot of cities in warm places that have predominantly old people that don't know how to use the internet. And they want to go. They want to have fun events, but
Boots
thing
on the ground.
So literally, like I'll go to fucking wine country like Napa Valley, California, and I'll produce like a 2 p.m. comedy show at a fucking wine vineyard, and I won't like really promote it hard on the internet, but I'll fucking like get in these newsletters, these old age homes, and I'll fucking sell out, dude, at 2 p.m. And it's awesome. It's fucking sick.
And you tell them how you broke your penis, and they're all like, "Me too."
Yeah, exactly. I hate that you said that because I have the hackiest jokes when I perform that broken
Are you a
penis
cruise
show.
ship?
You have
you,
to.
You got cruise ship material?
No, it's
got
raunchy. It's
cruise
raunchy.
Fucking
It's
cruising
too
over
raunchy.
here.
And then the other thing is that I do this thing called bingo comedy.
Oh, yeah.
Where it's a comedy show with bingo boards, and I'll bring them to places for brunch. And these bitches love it. They go, we go to the brunch spot. There's a comedian. We play bingo. We get drunk. Everyone laughs. And it's the lowest form of art, comedy, what you want to call it. But God damn it. I don't know. I have fun doing it.
It is.
No, dude,
it's
listen.
fun.
Listen, dude, I do plenty of matinee shows.
This guy's
Shout
a
out Ryan.
scorpion's asshole.
Daddy.
He gets it.
Yeah.
I get it.
No, but dude, I do plenty of matinee shows. There's no listen, I have no shame. I'm trying to be a comic. I'll do any show.
I know you hang out
anytime,
with me.
Anywhere.
No shame.
Yeah, I hang out with you. I mean, fucking but you know, I just think that I've just always found it so funny when I see people who are in industries like comedy and they're trying to like legitimize it, like when they're the business side of it, and I'm just like, man, you like don't get what this is. Like, your employees are drug addicts. Like, your employees are like depressed people who have no social skills, who are confused about their life, which is every job, by the way.
That's actually why I kind of stopped stand up.
Really?
Of pursuing that. I don't do drugs. It's staying up late at night.
Yeah,
was
it breaks you
not my-
down, dude.
It really does, especially whenever you have a job, which
Especially working TV, dude. Waking up at fucking 5 a.m.
yeah,
Yeah, and that's sleeping in, by the way.
or getting the call sheet at midnight.
Dude, they need to stop doing that.
Yeah.
Getting the call sheet at midnight.
Get your
dude,
shit together.
Dude, I once
Line
went to...
producers, field producers. Which camera am I looking at?
Either
you
one.
right there. Get your shit together. I don't want to fucking stay up at midnight going, oh, I gotta be at work at 5.
Yeah.
It sucks. Get your
Dude,
shit together.
Rocket Mortgage. I did a commercial with Rocket Mortgage once. I was just a production assistant, nothing fancy. And they give us a call sheet. And I thought it was kind of weird that it said call time 8 a.m. I was like, okay. And for some reason, I went to bed early that night. I went to bed at like 11 p.m., 11:30. I show up at like 7:45.
Yeah.
And my production coordinator yells at me and goes, call time was 6 a.m. I'm like, no, I'm 15 minutes early. Call time was 8. And she was like, it was a typo. We sent that out at midnight. I'm like, I was in bed at 11:30. What the?
Yeah.
How is this my problem?
I'm with you on that one.
How is that my problem?
Bro, my girlfriend always would come home and she'd be like, yeah, and I'd be like, oh, so like, when are you in tomorrow? And she'd be like, I'm waiting for the call sheet. And I'd be like, it's midnight. Like,
Yeah, it's
where is it? Like,
Yeah,
it's crazy, man. They work you, suck fucking
That's
both.
fucking
And speaking of which,
bullshit.
dude, talk about living in your own reality. People who are really, it's any arts, but I mean, dude, people who are in production, I mean, you are in your own fucking world. You are in your own world with your people. Like, I feel like when you work on productions like that, you're in your world with your people, and then you kind of like come back out into the real world again. You know what I
Totally.
mean? Like,
Oh, for sure.
When it hit hour 9 on a production, like it's always like hour 8, hour 9. When it all hits me, I'm like, what the fuck have I been doing this whole time? I have 4 more hours of this?
Right, well, I have 4. I was like, I have like 5 more hours, 6 more hours.
I
on
mean,
it.
like, yeah, like last week working on set, I was making cum rags. It's just like, how am I supposed
Well, I do that just casually.
to?
yeah, I'm gonna make a note.
Organically. Yeah, I make it myself.
He's got a farmer's market.
Yeah.
Fucking-
Dude. Under my bed, dude, there's probably at least like 5 or 6 cum rags that I'm never gonna clean up.
Wow, good for you.
just for keeping for old time's sake.
Wow.
Yeah.
So what'll happen? Will they grow a tree or something out of them?
I think it'll be like a half rag, half person eventually.
A little cemetery of his little kids.
Dude, it is crazy though, like how it is funny how that shit breaks you down though. It's like you gotta really, there are certain roles in life that if you want to play them, you gotta just accept that you're gonna enter a new reality.
I mean, like, there have been times where I've PA'd, as we all know, like, the industry has just, it's fucked. And so I'll just pick up, like, the ESPN thing I mentioned. They're like, why are you a PA?
right.
Like, you are well overqualified.
Right.
Because I've field produced. I've done every fucking thing. Besides like being the cameraman.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, I can't find work. and
It's tough,
It's
dude.
very tough.
Dude,
And
I work at American Express right now because the TV industry was ruining my life.
I wish I could keep consistent work, but right now I'm doing data analytics for a company, and as just like I'm 43, I'm trying to like either like I got these books that I need to finish writing. I've got this documentary that I'm like trying to finish working on. And
Is
I've
the
got-
pangolin?
Yeah, the rhino, the poaching one.
Let's talk about that one because weren't you working on that before COVID?
I've been working on it for a decade.
Because you've been working on it well, but you
Yeah.
were into the pangolin shit way before COVID was.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I mean.
Zoom in on that.
Boom.
Zoom in on that. Zoom in on that.
It's horrible. It's,
I didn't even see it. What is
It's
this?
a pangolin.
it's a pangolin tattoo.
A pangolin? What's up? The fuck's a
A
pangolin?
pangolin is what was
Pokemon
a
are we
no,
talking
dude.
about?
A pangolin is what was blamed for what started COVID originally. The wet market.
No, I thought it was a
They
bat.
blamed pangolins.
Wet market.
Well, no, isn't that what it was? They
Yeah,
blamed,
yeah. It's just I've never heard the word wet market so much since COVID.
Since COVID, yeah.
Yeah,
of
What's a
course.
it's
wet
like-
market?
it's a
that
moot-
that feels like
It
sounds
it's a
anti-Semitic.
fucking- no, it's not anti-Semitic, but it's
feels
it's definitely racist.
No, Mooty Market. It's just
Facebook
where,
Marketplace.
Zuckerberg
Actually,
market.
actually, to get what you just said, just recently I got hit up on Facebook about trying to someone. I'll be very vague because it's still under investigation, but they were trying to sell me rhino horns
get out.
and pangolin scales.
What, you're trying to like? Is this like a sting?
That's all I'm gonna say.
What?
I'm
It's like
sorry.
To Catch a Predator. You're gonna be like Chris Hansen, be like, "You're looking for the? I got some tusks for me. I see." Hmm?
Yeah.
You feel like Mark Zuckerberg got you to be like the beta for Facebook Marketplace. Like I feel like that's who you are.
It's been wild that like usually all my investigative work is all in South Africa, but this time now I'm like in my living room and I'm just like catfishing this fucker.
And now talk to me about the times you've been to places like where has when you get into something like a documentary, I'm a huge I love conspiracies.
Jeez,
I love documentaries and stuff, and talk about getting sucked into a different world. You know what I
you
mean?
don't like the thing is whenever you have a movie, you have a script, you have an ending. With a documentary, there's no ending. You can film forever because you're like, oh, that's the angle. Oh, that's the angle. This is the angle, and you're just collecting content.
Right?
Like,
How often
you
does
see-
does the plot or the main point change? We go, oh,
It's-
that's the plot. Oh wait, that's what I want to focus
You're
on.
there. You're like, you have the answer in your hand. Like, I'm like, okay, I'm in South Africa. I befriended rhino poachers. Now, how can I tell this story with also not being hated? Because they're like, why the hell are you making friends with these rhino poachers? Like, fuck them. They should be dead. And I'm like, well, let's hear the big story. You know, like.
Now, are you doing like an undercover boss? Like you're like, ha ha! You thought I was okay with this?
No, no,
Or do they
no,
know that
no.
you're against it?
They know I'm very much against it.
And you're just trying to understand
I'm
them.
trying to understand, and actually the poachers have been very grateful that I've spoken with. They're like, thank you, like, for giving me a voice.
Well, dude, again, this is what we were talking about.
Are
Talk
you a
about
John
different,
Ronson
talk
fan?
about different worlds. Like,
Yeah.
did you now? You're in your world where you care about animals, and I'm the same way. Dude. I love animals. I grew up caring about animals. If I ever have a lot of
I feel like
money,
an asshole.
I would.
Yeah,
Yeah, you are a dick.
I eat meat. I never had a
I
pet.
kill dogs.
I know.
Well,
I
no,
never.
I mean,
get
I
on.
eat meat
I go to-
too, but I just
No, but
grew up-
I never had a pet before.
Oh, so you really hate animals? No. So what I'm trying to say is like,
I wouldn't say I hate them.
You've
I just
never had a pet.
I never had a pet. I
that's why you're fucked
you know
up,
what it is?
Joey.
I'm just like I have no emotions either way. Like I don't want bad things to happen to them. Like I don't want bad things to happen to anyone.
Would you say that you're more empathetic?
I'm empathetic. Yeah, I definitely lean empathetic, but I don't think about this or ever. Like I don't think about.
like,
this
so you know
ever.
what my thing is? I used
I
to
feel
be.
so non-connected to you guys on this,
I'm curious what you think of this.
but I
'cause
love it. I'm happy that you exist.
Yeah, I
I-
used to be like totally against hunting. Like I hated hunting, and I was like, I don't get it.
Yeah, I'm not for
and I
hunting
still don't
either.
hunt. Like I'm not gonna hunt. But lately, I've been like, I guess I understand. Like if someone like is hunting to like legitimately like eat the meat and like
Sure.
use like That I get. Like,
Well,
I
there's
do get
also,
that.
like,
And I'm like, maybe that isn't the worst thing ever. Like, I don't know if
mean-
that makes, like, you know what I mean? Like,
So
I'm not
you-
advocating for them to die, but...
I mean, with the like these mule deer, you know, the white-tailed deer.
Yeah,
and all that,
yeah.
they species population control.
Listen, I grew up in Pennsylvania, dude. They're everywhere, deer.
You gotta cull them.
But here, I want to go back to what you were saying about the poachers, like, because you know you and I are in one world where we're like, I love animals, and I can't imagine like people just killing, you know, elephants for ivory or killing. So my question to you is, you're in your world, right? Once you travel and you step into their world and their reality, was there anything that you were like, fuck, I was wrong about that? Like, fuck, like that. I get what you're saying.
I
like,
had an idea.
They get really hot bitches. I didn't see this one coming.
Man, that rhino horn really makes your dick big. No,
I'm horny for horns.
So I had an idea of whenever I approached this situation, but I just needed to hear it from their mouth.
Right, of course, because you don't want to assume. You don't want
No.
to. Yeah.
And plus, it would just be weird for me to make a film and say the things that should be coming out of their mouths. They can't read. They can't write. They don't have a job. They had to leave school at a very young age.
This is their life. This is all.
This is their life. And so whenever there's like no education, like they can't read, they can't write, like they don't have a lot of opportunities. And so I knew that, but I wanted to hear it from them. But then this is where I get to learn. They're like, why are you in this situation? He's like, do you see the little boys on the side of the street selling fish? He said, that was me when I was a little kid, to make money for my family, to help get food for the day. They were living, you know, like a day to day.
Yeah, of course.
That
dude.
sucks.
Yeah.
Have you ever been so broke where you're like day by day?
Yeah.
It sucks.
It sucks.
It really sucks. And, you know, but like here in the United States, we have opportunities where we could Uber, we could like donate plasma and get, you know.
Bro, you can even just work at fucking McDonald's. I mean, there's always
But
something.
I'm just saying,
you
like a
could do.
day to day, like
Right.
without committing crime. But over
Right,
there,
right.
they don't. It's not like they have like a plasma center, you know, like you know.
There's no sperm bank.
Yeah.
So what? Let me tell you. So let me ask something.
Sperm,
Well,
even
so-
with there's no.
Yeah,
bank.
yeah. Sorry. Continue.
So they so then they're like, see those boys? Whenever we have people scout those little boys, and they're like, hey, if you go get a deek, which is this small like deer that's about like this big, and they're like, if you go kill that, I'll give you like $5. So a little kid is gonna come back, you know, eventually.
Right. What are you gonna say?
You're
Yeah,
like,
of course.
$5. Yeah, fucking kill that little thing. And so they go kill it, and they return it, and they'll probably just like have a braai, like a barbecue, and they'll just eat it. But then they'll go, okay, you got that. Now, I want you to get me this animal. Now it's bigger.
It's like the mafia.
And
That's how they do in the mafia in
It's
Queens.
desensitizing
Yeah.
them to get bigger animals, and now they're like, you ready for the rhino?
Yeah, and then you're not afraid of a rhino because like I've killed shit. Yeah, fuck,
Yeah,
I'll kill a rhino.
100%.
And that's the same shit with
And
like
that's-
these gangs where like, why are you a gang member? Why do you kill people? It's like these people are indoctrinated at such a young age. Like you're saying, like it's all
They don't
similar.
feel it anymore.
Guys, because and it's to your point for both of you. It's like life is not reality is subjective. People say that all the time, but it's like we both live on the same earth, right? Like so, it's
Yeah.
like. And of course, yes, we live on different continents. We live in different. A gang thing is probably better, where it's like we live in the United States, right? Someone else lives in Los Angeles. They live in the United States, but their whole reality,
Two
their
people
understanding.
in Los Angeles could live different realities.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like it's like what they think. Dude, even here, okay? Let me tell you something.
Sure.
The guy who lives on Billionaire Row is living a very different life than the guy that I see every day in the fucking subway going to work on Union Square. You know what I mean? It's like,
Yeah.
But they both live in New York, and it's like sometimes I think that's so. One of the things I loved about moving here was that every day you get a reality check. Like every day I'm upset about something pointless, you know? and I'll just be like in the subway going like, fucking what the fuck.
Yeah, I'm the crazy
And then-
person sometimes.
Dude, no, but I'm saying like every day here I'll be saying something and like, nah, woe is me, and then you look and there's like a guy with no legs, and you're just like, fucking,
I mean,
like,
was it
what
the,
is
the
life,
other day?
dude?
Like, I hate to sound crass.
I love crass.
But like,
Most
I
crass
saw
guy
a
you'll ever meet.
guy like jerking off in the subway
Nice.
under a blanket,
Nice.
and I'm just like, God, where do you gotta be in life to be doing that? To do like, I'm just like, I feel for the guy.
I feel for the guy. I
Like,
mean, listen, man,
jeez, like,
we've all
okay.
done it when we're upset, but come on.
It's just like where like you've just like.
But you've done that for performance art, right?
No, but dude, I know what you're saying because it's like what you're saying with these. Like, so when you spoke to these poachers, did they feel like they were doing a bad thing?
No, okay, so
Because
that's
when
a
they're the way
great-
they're
that's a
indoctrinated, yes,
that's a
it's your
fantastic
reality.
question.
What is
You
your
Yeah,
was
reality?
yeah. What is the moral
you eat
compass?
meat, right? You
Yep.
eat meat. You're okay with eating chicken. You're
I
okay
do.
eating fish.
I
You're
do.
okay with eating pig. You're okay with eating cow.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah,
like pig or
I will
or
admit.
fish,
How would
but
you
yeah.
How would you feel if I asked you to eat dog?
Yeah, the same
I
way-
would say what the fuck, but it's because we live here.
But like because we live here.
I would try other animals, not dog.
But like, but you get the point.
I get
like,
the point.
and,
Bro,
like,
go somewhere else and try to have a hamburger, and they'll say, "What? Are you fucking
So
insane?"
it's-
Yeah,
so-
yeah. Cows are banned in India.
Yeah. So with
it's a whole thing.
with the poachers, the way they see a rhino, they're like, it's just meat on the table. It's a chicken. It's a cow.
Right,
It's a
they
pig.
let me tell you something.
It's a
They
goat.
they look at a rhino like we look at an email, you know, at work. They're like, "Hey, you got to take care of it, you know? Hey, you know what can I say? You got to send a
Yeah.
few every day." But I think that's so interesting because it's like you grow up with this idea that they go, "Hey, man,
Some animals should
hey,
be
this
more
is
important.
life," you know. But it's like in terms
But
of
I
like,
have no problem with eating. Like I don't want to eat dog, but I have no problem with anyone eating dog. I feel.
I'm
I
with
don't
you
either.
100%.
Yeah,
because
I don't either. I don't
if
care.
that's
Like,
your
do what you
call-
want.
I don't eat meat, but like if
I'm pretty libertarian.
and
No,
I will get like people like, hey, will you sign this dog eating fest petition? Let's end it. I'm like, do you eat meat? Yeah.
Dog
then what's
eating
the fucking
fest.
point
Yeah,
of you eating?
The only animals. Now this is where I said
Yeah.
I have empathy, even though I'm not an animal person. The only animals we shouldn't be eating are the ones that are endangered.
Yeah.
Or like anything that's endangered or like is that they're like lose. Yeah.
But now
I don't
I have
have
a-
to ramble on this. We shouldn't eat endangered animals, but we have a plethora of deer. Let's fuck up some venison, bro. Like why not?
So I have a question. What can you have sex with endangered animals? Can we have sex with
would
the
you even say
animals?
I think they should be having sex.
They
Endangered
should be
animals.
having
They should be
sex.
repopulated.
Dude, I think it's so interesting though
Bestiality is
because it-
weird too.
hey, it's,
Let me ask
it's
you
just
this:
indoctrination.
Would you go? I don't think they exist, but would you go into Tijuana and go see a donkey show?
They definitely do exist. I don't know about Tijuana, but there's definitely donkey shows.
What do you? what
I
do
know
you mean?
people who've done.
Would you
I
go
know
see a lady fuck a donkey? Or
I
a
don't
donkey fuck a
think I
lady?
would.
I have
don't
no
think
interest.
I would
have,
do that.
I have zero interest in that.
Have you ever seen Mr. Hands?
Who's
No.
that?
The Mr. Hands video? The guy who got fucked by a horse until he died?
I,
No, don't make me weird.
I don't want to
No,
watch.
I'm not. It's just like
I don't want to
imagine-
watch anything where someone dies in
No,
real
I
life.
don't want to watch it either. It was like a video that was viral in like
this like
2009 or
rotten.com?
something. It was
Rot-
it was documenting reality.
Yeah, it's just like imagine like getting dementia, and this moment right here disappears. The moment that like this morning, the coffee, the great conversation you had with the cute gal that was standing in line with you, fucking gone. Your birthdays, gone. Everything, your first job, all those memories are just.
Stop. You had me at the first one.
Then, all of a sudden, you have one memory left, and it's you and the boys going to Tijuana, and all you have is that memory of a lady getting fucked by a donkey.
And that's the memory that I feel like would stick with you.
Why would you want? Why do
It's
people
so
watch
bold.
that? Now hold on. Now here's what I will say. But
Yeah, I
now
don't
am
wanna-
I? But now here's the thing. Am I being a dick? Is it a when in Rome thing? Am I like, well, you know, that's what they
mean-
do? Like, is that like going to see the Lion King here?
Oh, don't get me wrong. Do not get me wrong. If I was in Tijuana, and I was hanging out with like some locals, and they were like, "We want to show you our culture,"
And they were like, you want this? I don't know what's their accent.
fuck it, I'm in. I'm in. I'm gonna be skeptical, but just like you with the poachers, you're gonna be like, I have to see this side of the story.
Yeah, I don't think
I
I
went
could
to
do
Spain
that.
once. I went to Spain once, and I went to a fucking bullfighting show. I was like, I'm in Spain, bullfighting. Let's see what they're about.
Yeah.
And this proves the point that I have empathy, even though I'm not an animal person. I hated it. I did not like the bullfighting show.
Yeah, you
the
feel so bad.
The bullfighting show is so weird. It's like, oh, we're just gonna watch these people just kill bulls.
And it's not, dude. They're just like taunting them.
They
And stuff.
decided
Like, it's
to
like,
go on tour.
yeah.
Like they went on tour and they came through America, and I was like, I want to.
I've been to a rodeo, but
I
not
want to
like
go
a
document
bullfight.
this. Like
it's
as a
not the same.
journalist, I want to go be
Okay.
a spectator. I want to go see this. Like the big.
How did the American audience handle it?
I got an email days before, and it was so funny. Please post this right now.
Yes.
And it said, we found out who you are. If we find out that you're here, you will be arrested on site.
Arrested?
A
Can you
photo,
send this to me? The email? I'll put it. Yeah, I'll put
a
it
photo of you has been shared with the
It's
cops.
right here.
Arrested?
And I replied, what did I reply? It was like, you will never find me because I'm fucking innocent. Or just like catch
Who
me if you
emailed you?
can.
How did they?
The director of the
But
the
what
Bull
what could they arrest you for?
for trespassing, because I was no longer
for
allowed
for
to be
muckraking.
muckraking.
For muckraking.
Trespassing isn't like a crime that's like worth getting arrested for. It's like, hey, get the fuck out of here. you
And I was
crazy
like,
kid.
look,
Maybe in the U.S.
I was like, look, I'm going as a journalist.
They were in America.
If you're
I thought you said you went to Spain or something.
No,
No,
it
they
was here.
came
They
to
came on
America.
tour. Yeah, and I was like, if you're gonna do this, and if you're not afraid of anything, if you're not hiding anything, then let me be a journalist and document
what's
the bull
wrong?
run. Do I agree with it? Fuck no. I think it's very.
But I'm an
cool.
unbiased journalist.
But as the same.
As journalism used to be.
Yeah, well, that's why I'm doing the whole poaching thing. It's just like just a fly on the wall, and just watching what they do, and just like, here's the camera.
Yo, you know the funniest thing? When I brought my broken penis show to Scotland, I have a whole chunk in there where I make fun of the Catholic Church, and Scotland is still very much Catholic. That one of the biggest publications in Scotland is called the Catholic Times. It's literally a newspaper. Maybe it's called the Church Times. It's a newspaper that's all church based, basically Catholic journalist. And the guy came to my fucking show. And I was so happy to have him there. I gave him front row tickets, the whole thing. And he was so cool. Like, yeah. And afterwards, I was like, you were laughing. You okay that I was shitting on the Catholic Church? He goes, you brought up points that you poked holes in the Catholic Church. Why would I be mad about that? You were just poking holes. These are dumb jokes. And he actually wrote the nicest article that anyone in Scotland wrote about my show. Like, all these other people were like,
That's awesome.
like saying weird stuff about me. We're like the enemy, not the enemy, but you know, like someone that I clearly don't care about or think would have like a crazy opinion. So like that just shows you like you need to allow all people to review your shit, or if you're not, you're a coward.
And because, dude,
those
that's the
people are
key, right?
cowards.
Dude, and I love that you said that, because that is how we break free of people who are indoctrined into like beliefs or lives that they think, you know, like you meet these poachers and they think that this is life.
Source.
They think this is all that it is.
Well,
and just like us, like, listen, dude, we're living in America. We all think the rat race is, you know, people in Europe laugh at us. They go, oh, look at you guys, Americans, you work too much. Like, everybody is indoctrined in their own reality. And we're all people. It's like, you know, we all have gone on the road and stuff and traveled and performed and stuff. Everyone's the same, dude. Everyone's different, but they're all the same. And it's
I couldn't agree more.
And it's like the difference is like the training they're given, you know, growing up. And it's like that's why it's so important to travel, and it's so important to do a show and perform. And kudos to that reporter for coming and saying, hey, you know what? I think I have an idea what this show might be, but I'm going to give it a chance. And it's like, that's how you broaden your horizon. And that's why people who are so worldly are so genuine and empathetic and down to earth, because they've realized that life is what you make. Life is up to you. It's up to you what you want to, you know what I mean? This is awesome right now, but you know, you could also leave and be like, that sucked. I didn't have fun.
I have a question. Are you a fan of John Ronson?
Who?
John Ronson. because he's a investigative journalist who writes books. You like kind of remind me of like a crazy American version of him. He's British because just to give you like an insight,
Yeah.
he has, in one of his chapters of one of his books, it starts out where he's just describing this person he's spending a few days with. And then, like 5 to 6 pages into this chapter, he reveals the person he's been describing that he's been hanging out with for a few days is the Grand Wizard of the Ku Klux Klan, and that's like his whole style is like he tries to like make you like someone, and then he reveals.
Interesting.
Yeah, exactly.
David Duke.
Because his
This
whole
Duke best.
because his whole thing, and I think that's why you remind me of like an American bizarro version of him.
Yeah.
Because his whole thing is like he's a Jewish guy, by the way. He's like, I'm a Jew. I don't fucking like all this anti-Semitism shit that happens in my life. But before I shit talk anyone, he goes undercover and gets to know them and finds out why people like them and
Undercover
believe in them.
boss.
And then like when he like shit talks them later, it's coming from like an actual like educated place.
It's funny that you say that because like just a few weeks ago, whenever I was driving from Chicago to LA, I decided to swing in through Slab City. Are y'all familiar?
Wait, what is Slab City?
Slab City is off the grid. It's over by Indio, like Coachella, California. Like
It's just middle of the desert kind of
it's
shit.
in the middle of the desert.
Tell me everything. I know
Slab
nothing.
City, it's called.
Yeah, Slab City. And I get there, and the guy goes,
Unincorporated community. Oh, we almost done? Oh, 11, right? Or 10:45 was it? Oh, my bad. Okay, we'll wrap up. Sorry about that.
Oh, I didn't realize we were this
should
long.
we just not talk
No,
about Slab?
finish this, and then we'll finish this. Then
Okay,
we'll
yeah,
be good.
Slab City is this off-the-grid community, and people are like, well, you see that it's safe, like, you're here with me, and I'm like, well, yeah, sure, you guys do seem pretty nice, and then I get home, I'm like, Googling, there was a murder there, like, last month, there's a Facebook page where it's, like, the community chat, and it's just drama. I'm tired of Sally. She needs to get out of here. To boot her out of the community. He's like,
Where would she go?
I woke up and she was wielding a knife standing over me, and I'm just like, and I'm laughing so hard about this guy going, well, you see, we're all nice guys. Like, you're here with me, and I'm like,
Damn.
yeah, I'm like, yeah, you guys are nuts, and I really want to do a documentary on them.
That's crazy.
And like, I try to go in there like unbiased or with an unbiased mind, but then I see all this drama and like killings, murders, and just like,
Wait, dude.
oh wow, I'm like, how can I like paint a pretty picture? Like, it's no wonder you guys live out here because you're outcasts.
Yeah, man.
It's,
Bro,
I'm
listen.
picturing the sewer people from Futurama.
yeah.
Bro, reality is what you make it.
It really
Reality
is.
is up to you. And the point that I want to make here, and we're going to have to wrap it up now because we're getting kicked out of the studio. We got to do another. You should come through tomorrow and we can do another because I want to talk more about Slab City and stuff. You want to tomorrow?
That'd be hilarious.
You want to? Let's do it. All right, listen. This is what I wanted to get across today that I thought was so fascinating that we're going to expand on for sure in future episodes is this idea of subjective reality because it's something that I've always thought is so fascinating. And it's something that I've realized, whether you realize it or not, we all are running on what we think is the right thing to do. And all our morals, everything is subjective and everything is just molded by whoever told you it and whoever told them that, whoever told them that, whoever told them. And I just think it's so fascinating how it snowballs into your life at anything you know what I mean? It's like my whole life is based on what my grandparents told my parents. Like, that's crazy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, or at least that's how it's framed, I should say. And I always thought that was interesting. So, I guess if you have any closing statements, go ahead.
100%. I've got a friend who's Mexican and still to this day in his 40s, if you watch a dog take a shit, you're going to get a sty in his eye because his mom told him that. And then her mom told him. It's just like in their family.
And you know what's funny?
It's
And
their reality. It's like, no, that's not true. But
it doesn't matter. But I guarantee if you're
It's
with him
true
and you
for
see it,
them.
you're like, I'm not looking though, just for fun.
Yeah.
You know what's fucked up? I feel like none of my family traditions had impacted me because the moment I found out Santa Claus wasn't real, I was like, everything's fake. There's no such thing as shoes on the table's bad luck. I just like all of that shit out the window.
You're gonna need to stop because a majority of my listeners are in the 5 to 8 year old range. So don't listen to what he. We'll cut that out. We'll cut that out. Kids, guys, this was the Hot Dog Hour. This was a cool episode. I'm sorry we're getting cut short here, but check out everything else online. Where can they find you guys?
Instagram, JACOBCALLE, Jacob Calle.
And I'm on Instagram too at the Joey Rinaldi. You can figure it out. Good luck. Have a nice day, everyone.
Guys, thanks so much for watching. We're gonna have more episodes of this. We're gonna probably try to record a second sister episode tomorrow. So let's fucking do it. You want to do it?
Let's go do it.
Let's do it. We'll do it. All right, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Goodbye.
Bye.
Fuck yeah.
Yo, oh, cool.
Sorry about that, man. I totally did not realize what time.
That's
it
a
was.
great fucking sweatshirt, my dude.
Sorry about that.
Oh, no, thank you.
We will get.
Even though I'm more of a Naruto guy.
That's respect. That's respect.
I like Naruto.
Nah, I love Naruto. But I like Dragon Ball too.
Okay, so for this, I'll just hit the stop here.
Yeah.
Okay.